Go.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Channel 5 Meow. I'm Beth.
Christy.
And I'm Chris.
And we're here because
We've actually played Pokken Tournament for longer than one sitting. So we are here to give an actual review of the actual game.
yeah, now that we've had our hands on it for a little while.
Yeah.
And actually had some experience with it, and we actually know how to play it a little bit. So.
Yeah.
I actually won some.
Oh my god.
So did I.
Yes. I usually suck at fighting games, and I was actually surprised by how much I like this one. This is actually the second fighting game I've ever invested into.
Yeah, the only fighting game I've ever played is Smash Bros. And nothing else.
And I jump around between too many games to have a game that I stuck around with for a longer period of time. Pokemon. Yeah. This Pokken Tournament actually look like it might be one.
Yeah.
I'll just steal your copy.
No. But yeah, I was surprised. Like, I'm one of those people that typically doesn't like fighting games. But I've been playing it a lot. In fact, I wanted to be playing it while we were doing this review video, and Chris wouldn't let me.
No.
But yeah, so we're just here to kind of tell you about it and give you some of the goods and the bads.
So let's start. I guess we'll start. So there's only a handful of Pokemon in the game. Let's go and get the main cat out of the bag. There's only a handful of Pokemon. But that's actually not that big of a problem. Simply because these Pokemon, these characters are designed to have so much character, to have so much the so unique movements that you have the Chandelure, who is kind of goofy and kind of funky. You have the Braixen, the magical girl who acts like a magical girl. Gardevoir, the princess bride, who becomes the bride.
Pikachu, who's way too hype.
Way too hype. He's just
Pikachu has
super,
no chill in this game.
He's super insane.
Pikachu hyped up on way too many batteries before he came into battle, and then he's like, I need to get all this out of me.
He's snorting battery acid before he comes in. But no, yeah. So each character was crafted. It would not feel right for them to plaster a Hitmonchan or Hitmonchan skin over Lucario's body. It would feel completely wrong just because that's how much effort was put into the characters.
Yeah. That being said, personally, I like the character roster. My only thing is I really would have liked them to have included a bird or a flying type, maybe Talonflame or Pidgeot or something like that, because I think using a bird would have been really interesting.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Christy was saying that about the quadruped.
Yeah, at first, some of us didn't think that maybe some Pokemon wouldn't fit well in the fighting style, but I think we've seen in Smash Bros. They can, and like I said, the quadruped can Suicune is a very viable fighter, and and I agree. I think a bird type would be actually pretty interesting. And
I think it's because I was actually on that train of it would be weird to have a quadruped or some small Pokemon. So there's very limited Pokemon you could do, and I was completely wrong on that. And the reason why is because this is not like every fighting game. Yes, it's gonna share some similarities. But the people who worked with not only Nintendo but the people who worked with them to make this arcade machine into a Wii game, they put a lot of effort into making, very much like they did with Smash Brothers, that much heart into it. The character that might not seem to fit. It's how does Mr. Game & Watch fight? Well, he fights well. How does Pikachu fight? He goes crazy.
I also really like the stages, the backgrounds. They put a lot of effort into them. There's just so many things you can see in the background. There are Pokemon everywhere.
I saw a Ho-Oh.
Yeah. And
your
Christy,
dreams will come true now.
The music's really good.
Yeah. Oh yes. That's one of my favorite things. I've listened to the soundtrack on this game, and oh my god, it is really great. Yeah. Magikarp Festival. Holy shit! That song is so good.
So there's a lot of good things to this thing, to this game. Now there's a handful of issues we've come across, and this could be due in partially to the fact that we're not as skilled in both fighting games and this game in particular.
Yeah.
It is almost very simple to get caught in a corner.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. As soon as you go into duel phase, and they get you into a corner, it's well, that's about it.
That is kind of a thing in fighting games, though. I've mentioned this before, that, if you there are times where if they catch you in a combo, they drag you to the corner. They can definitely be, but with enough skill, you can definitely break out of that. But yeah, with this game, it's like once you're in dual phase, corner, dead.
And it seems that there's a character, the Libra True, the female Libra True. She seems to be really button mashy compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
All the other ones are like, especially like Gardevoir and Braixen and even Charizard, is like, hit in this time, back, forward, back, whatever. Do this attack at this time.
Like even with Pikachu, like if I hit you with like Thunderbolt, then,
I can dodge it.
Well, yeah, but there's that. But if you get hit with a Thunderbolt, then you're stuck in place, and then I can like grab you, and that's using a combo.
Yeah, but
instead of just be like.
Yeah, with her, the moment I get hit by the first combo, like the first 2 or 3 attacks, they cause the stun of the Thunder Wave or the whatever,
Thunderbolt, yeah.
the Thunderbolt, and it's just like I can't move. So I've had people drop a combo, and then I'm still stunned, and they just start up the brand new combo again.
Yeah, Pikachu Libre definitely feels like one of those types of characters that is, like, good for beginners. She is very easy to pick up, and just, like, because she's so fast, you can just execute all her moves in a swift combo and, like, just pin your opponent to the point where they cannot do anything. So, yeah, Pikachu Libre, we don't know yet if maybe a little...
It could just be our skills not high enough to be able to counter Pikachu Libre or to not get stuck in a wall.
Yeah.
But if you're new to this, pick up Pikachu Libre. You'll learn fast with her.
Yeah, when you and your friends first pick up the game, it's like, oh no, I've never played this game. Pikachu Libre.
Why?
I also found that Pikachu was also a good one to pick up when you.
Yeah, all the characters except for the technical characters, and technical characters are never going to be easy.
Actually.
Pikachu is a standard type, which means he's pretty much balanced in all the categories. Like you have your power types, you have the speed types, and the technical types. So.
Yeah, and that's par for the course for any fighting game.
Yeah, and standard.
Yeah,
yes.
and again, that's par for the course for every fighting game. They're like there's always going to be that style, and you're gonna start gravitating towards the Pokemon that you fit your fighting style. So you shouldn't be too worried about that.
Yeah, just try all of them and find which one works for you.
Yeah, and personally, I'm gonna say I tend to gravitate towards. Well, I've played all of them, and I'm okay with all of them to a point, but I like Gardevoir and Braixen just because they are absurd.
Yeah,
I'm kind of leaning toward the power types. Mine are definitely. I like Charizard, Machamp, and Lucario, who's a standard, but he's pretty balanced. But yeah, definitely my favorite so far is Charizard.
Because you keep rushing at people with that damn bone.
Yes.
I have 2 standards that I really like, and then 1 power. So, I just go for whatever, I guess.
Yeah, it's
whatever you feel more comfortable with.
Yeah, because even though he's a speed, like Sceptile is
very technical.
He's a bit technical because he has moves that will like heal himself with like grass blade and whatever.
And like he throws down kind of like
almost
almost like a leech seed.
I think that he does have a few leech
seed
moves.
He has some like trap moves that if you plan strategically, you can trap your enemy in them and
you can swing on a vine
and then perform. Oh yeah,
like Tarzan.
Yes. But yeah, there's a lot of things to go with this. Okay, so for the I guess for an actual review part, on a base of 1 through 5, 1 being bleh, and 5 being definitely play it and keep it locked in a safe forever, to keep playing forever. I'm gonna have to go with a 4. If you like fighting games, you're probably gonna like this one, and if you like Pokemon, you're really gonna love both of them. However, if it's not for everybody, but you can definitely have fun with this.
Yeah. I would probably actually give it a 4.5 out of 5 because I've had so much fun with this game. And I think if you're interested in fighting games and you're interested in Pokemon and you haven't really had a fighting game before, I think this is a really good one to start with. And it's just a lot of fun.
I give it a solid 4. Like it's definitely a fun game. I need to practice a lot more to get the hang of it, of course, but yeah. I give it a solid 4. My only gripe, I guess, like I know this may not happen, but I would really love maybe some DLC in the future since it's a Wii port. They could definitely take advantage of that, but at the same time, if they don't, okay. But,
or a second game with more Pokemon.
Yes, make a sequel.
As long as the game continues to sell, there's no reason for it to not make. This would be like Pokken 2, and the next couple years, they're gonna be like the Pokken with like 100 Pokemon in the game, and that would be like insane.
Yeah, this definitely
Yeah.
has potential for a sequel, and maybe they can expand upon it as well.
So buy it. Also, I kicked Christy's butt with Pikachu.
I kicked your ass with Charizard plenty of times. I don't need.
For shame. All right, but before we go back to playing, to settle this grudge match, we're gonna go say goodbye. So we'll see you guys later.
Meow.
Goodbye.
You're the only cat here.
Meow.